Thank you, Ivan. Hello, everyone. My name is Shilpa, and I lead news product partnerships for Google in South APAC, including India, Australia, and Indonesia. Today, I would like to talk to you about one of our products, Subscribe with Google. I will touch upon why we developed the product, what challenges do we intend to solve for, and the product features that help solve them. In the past few years, we've been hearing from several publishers across the globe and in the region that they want to diversify their revenue streams beyond advertising and into reader revenue models, such as subscriptions and contributions. So in response to this trend, in 2017, our teams came together across product, UX, engineering, and marketing with a single question in mind: how do we enable our news publishers to build sustainable reader revenue businesses? We had several conversations with over 60 publishers around the world to understand what they needed and how Google could help. We targeted mature publishers that were already behind a paywall. From those conversations, 3 challenges emerged. The first was to improve retention. As you know, churn is a key problem in many subscription-driven businesses, and the news industry is not immune from it either. In order to fight churn, we have to constantly remind users of the value of their subscription. The second challenge is to deepen engagement for readers and subscribers. There is a lot of free news out there. How can we make sure that the readers see your content? How do we remind readers of your brand and help them understand why it's worth paying for? And finally, optimizing conversion. That is removing friction for users who do want to subscribe. How can we use some of Google's existing payment infrastructure to provide a frictionless buy flow, where the user does not have to fill out a massive form? They can simply use their Google account to check out. So those were the 3 problems that Subscribe with Google was designed to solve for. This slide describes how the product aims to solve the 3 challenges that I outlined. Firstly, improving retention. When you think about retention, one common scenario is that a user may forget about their subscription and they do not see the value in it anymore. For example, let's say the user subscribed to a particular news event and then forgot about the subscription after the event ended. This feature highlights the content that the user has subscribed to on their search results page in a dedicated carousel. This allows the user to be constantly reminded of the value that the publication provides. As a publisher, this will make your content stand out to your subscribers when they are on search. And I'll show you a screenshot of what this looks like later. The next theme is driving engagement. One common issue is that users keep hitting the paywall over and over again, and they have to re-log in. This is a big pain point. For example, imagine you've forgotten your password. You may just go elsewhere or let your subscription expire. This feature links your subscription to your Google account so that whenever you're logged into your Google account, you're also logged into your subscription. This is a great feature. Passwords will be stored, and this feature will enable a user to retain access even when they switch devices and they switch surfaces. And finally, to optimize conversion, Subscribe with Google provides a low-friction buy flow, which is essentially just a 2-step payment process: click to buy and click to authenticate, so that the user doesn't have to go through an onerous and lengthy subscription flow. So we bring these features to publishers, and also, importantly, we plug into their existing paywall infrastructure. It's important to note that Subscribe with Google by itself is not a paywall solution. It is generally meant to complement the existing paywall infrastructure that a publisher has set up or is in the process of setting up. For example, third parties like Piano control things like metering and identity on the platform. Subscribe with Google is meant to integrate with such solutions rather than replace them. Let's go through each of these 3 features that I talked about in a little bit more detail. Firstly, as I mentioned, to improve retention, we want to make it easier for subscribers to access the content that they paid for. And that's why Subscribe with Google helps subscribers encounter their paid content across Google. including Google Search, Google Discover, and Google News. The screenshot that you see on the left-hand side shows the carousel on search results page that I talked about earlier. So I typed Australian election on my phone, and below the top stories carousel, I see from your subscription, which offers me articles from the Sydney Morning Herald that I'm subscribed to. This prominent placement and surfacing of subscribed content is unique to this product. The screenshot on the right is from the Google News app. The articles that you're subscribed to will show a small subscribed sign at the bottom in green. And this could encourage users to click through and actually read the article. The next piece is persistent access to subscription. As I mentioned, whenever you're signed in with your Google account, you stay logged in to your subscription across web and apps and across devices without having to re-log in. This is super useful, and it enables subscribers to engage more deeply with their paid content. Finally, there is an optional sign-in and payment flow component of Subscribe with Google. This enables users to use their existing Google account and their Google payment methods, making their purchase flow shorter and more seamless. The illustration on the right shows a simple buy flow to subscribe to Tempo. As you can see, this eliminates the need for the user to enter details. It does not even pull up their credit card details. After only 3 clicks, the user is already ready to start reading their newly subscribed content. A consequence of using this feature is also that Google prompts a user when their credit card is about to expire. And this avoids subscriptions lapsing because many users do not update their credit card details. One thing to note is that the first 2 features I talked about, which is the search module and the always logged in state, are called entitlement benefits, and they are available to any subscriber that the publication has. This is not exclusive to those subscribers that actually pay via Subscribe with Google. As long as you have a Google account, and the publisher can trigger a flow like the one you see on the right here, where they link the subscriber's account to their Google account, they will get access to the entitlement benefits. One question we often get asked is, who owns the customer? It is you, the publisher, that owns the relationship with your subscriber. Once we facilitate the transaction, we will send you basic information, and then you own that relationship. These subscribers will be treated like any other subscriber, except that they will be linked to their Google account, and Google will take a revenue share of the transaction, similar to the other payment platforms. So far, Subscribe with Google has more than 50 partners across 19 countries, including Tempo in Indonesia. 9 others in APAC are either live or are in the process of implementation, and it is really great to see the momentum that this product is gaining across the region. We look forward to achieving great business outcomes with our Indonesian publishers and helping them build sustainable reader revenue businesses. Thank you for your attention. I will now hand it to Jason, who will have a discussion about subscriptions with the Tempo Group.